Welcome you all to my channel. I am A. Dhanasekar from Mettur. Dear students, today we will discuss about crystal field theory. In this video, we have discussed about the introduction of crystal field theory, d orbital splitting with model, calculation of crystal field stabilization energy delta O. And my next class, CFT of tetrahedral complexes will be discussed. Now we will move to the introduction. We see the small introduction of crystal field theory. This theory was explained by Berg and Van Vleck, both are American scientists. At first, it was explained by them only for ionic compounds. Later, it was explained. On coming to the model, this is the shape of d orbital, that is a node connecting with 4 loops, so it is called d orbital. This is the axis x, this is y axis. The 4 loops like white and violet present lying on the axis, so this is axial orbital, which is called dx square minus y square. These 4 loops are perpendicular to each other. See that. After that, we adding 2 loops in z axis. Now watch that. We got 3 axes. First one is x and another one is y, and perpendicular to this 2 axis, this axis is called z axis. Like this is also having 90 degree. So there are 3 axes and 2 orbitals. This violet and white pairs are dx square minus y square. This is known as dz square orbital, which is present in the perpendicular of the plane of dx square minus y square. See that? Do you understand? This yellow ball is considered as a metal atom. The loops of dxy, yz and zx are lying between the axis like this manner. Watch that. This orbital lying between this axis, so this is known as dzx. Similarly, all 3 orbitals having this type of presence. By better understanding, let me introduce the set of this orbital, that is central metal ion with dx square minus y square and dz square, put into the cube. Now see that this is the cube which is having the set of central metal ion in the center of the cube. See that this green and yellow ball is for my reference, so don't confuse. Just you view the set of dx square minus y square and dz square loops only. Watch clearly. Do you understand? The cube having 6 faces. See that when ligand approaches the central metal ion, when water molecule approaches the central metal atom, the electron of this water molecule and the electron of central metal ion both are repulsed with each other. On approaching, all 6 ligands towards the central metal atom, that is 5 d orbitals in a spherical, like this manner, spherical ligand field. So all d orbitals will feel equal repulsive force. So this all d orbitals having higher energy, that is average energy level, After the attainment of average energy level, the water molecule, that is ligand, further approaches x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, minus x, minus y, minus z. All 6 water molecules approaching central metal atom through axially. The orbital present in the direction of the ligand will feel more repulsive force. Suppose when ligand molecule approaches the x direction, the orbital lying on the x-axis feels more repulsive force than the orbital lying between the axis. So dz square and dx square minus y square, these 6 loops feels more repulsive force than remaining 3 orbital dxy, yz and zx. So this 5 d orbitals can split into 2 sets. This orbital, that is lying on the axis, have more repulsive force, so it goes to higher energy state. This is called Eg set. At the same time, remaining 3 orbitals, that is dxy, yz and dzx, are feels less repulsive force, so it goes to lower energy level. Now it's clear. In this diagram, this is degenerate orbital. On approaching symmetrical ligand field, the d orbital goes to average energy level. After that, the further approaching ligand on the axis of d orbitals, Eg set having higher energy, T2G set having lower energy. The energy gap between Eg to T2G set is known as delta O. O means octahedral structure. The delta value is known as crystal field splitting. The Eg set having higher energy, that is plus 3 by 5 times of delta O, and T2G set having lower energy, that is minus 2 by 5 times delta O, which is equal to 0.6 delta O plus, and T2G set having minus 0.4 times delta O. How it possible? How to understand this? Let's see an example. One of the friends gang studying +2 goes to the children's park and play the seesaw. All are having almost equal weights. Among the 5, 3 were placed in one side and 2 were placed in other side. So seesaw becomes the diagram 1. Side A, side B, B side goes to down, A side goes to up. Okay, it's clear. Now how to balance the seesaw? For one condition, more weight does not add any one of the side of the seesaw. How it possible? Just think. Okay, listen. When rearrange the center like this manner. In fig number 2, the center of the seesaw will be rearranged like this manner. So both side weight are equal. Let me consider the distance of the seesaw is 5 unit. The 3 unit will be present among the 5, and here 2 unit will be present among the 5. So now the total weight is balanced on the center of the seesaw. It's clear. So this 3 by 5 is present in the diagram here, and this 2 by 5 present in the energy which is decreased by T2G set. This plus symbol indicates the increases of energy. Let me move to calculation of crystal field stabilization energy delta. in octahedral complexes. CFSE is equal to the energy of ligand field minus the energy of isotropic field or average energy level, which is equal to number of electron in T2G set into minus 0.4 plus number of electron in EG set into plus 0.6 into delta O plus number of pair to pairing energy of one pair. This values in Z bracket is known as energy of complex in ligand field minus, now we calculate the energy of isotropic field, which is equal to N dash P into pairing energy of one pair. N dash P is the number of electron pair which is present in the average energy state.